Surface, he looked calm and polite, handshake, smiles, and the usual talk about unity and then party first. But there are those who say that underneath you could still feel the tension. Rivalries and careful calculations were there, even if no one said it out loud. It was like a family meeting, like I mentioned earlier. Everyone was trying to be nice, but everyone was also aware of what is at stake. The peace pact exists for a reason. The party has been under pressure, losing power, dealing with internal fights, and supporters sometimes acting like a street battle. So a messy primary, it could split the party and weaken its chances in the general elections. So the pact is a way to compete fairly without creating chaos. And if you listen to all the voices we played for you, from former President Akufo-Addo to leaders of the party, unity was a clear message. But the signing had a quiet drama. Kennedy and Japan. We saw in videos over social media that he paused over a missing clause about voting and collation centers. So that pause seemed very small. It was eventually resolved though. But of course it is something that matters. A reminder that even the smiles and the handshakes, they don't replace trust and accountability. We understand from Kwesi Kwarteng that Joe Osewusu has assured Canadian Japan and his team that that clause will be inserted and finality will be brought to all of that. But at its core, the pact says this: compete hard, but compete respectfully. Respect results, control your supporters, and then back the winner in the 2028 general elections. But the reality too is that this pact does not guarantee perfect behavior. It sets expectations. This is the conversations we're getting into this morning. Are you ready? On our big conversation segment, Ebo Bachman is the Deputy Director of Communications of the United Party. He's joining us this morning. We also have Emmanuel Kuting, the Executive Director of the African Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. Joining us shortly will be Hamza Suhini Saibu, a private legal practitioner and an NDC communication team member. As we get into the conversation this morning. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you on a Friday morning like this. It's always good to have you in the studio. Mr. Kote, how's your commute to the office this morning?
Well, the traffic was quite heavy.
Yeah.
And typical of every Friday, you know. I think we have a lot to do in this country as far as our
transportation is concerned. The traffic on Fridays, it's throughout the day, from morning till evening. It's not morning and evening, morning till evening. Yeah, it's that bad. Uncle Ebo?
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
I think it's the first time we are engaging.
Yes.
We are properly interacting this year.
Yes. When there's no Fridays are for my man Solo, and I was just ambushed by Friday to be here, so I'm here representing him. And normally Wednesdays are my days, but today I'm here to represent Solo. So
we thank you for making time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you for making time.
It's for God and country.
And what our brothers for.
Yeah, what our brothers for. and my brother Ima is always, you know, anytime we meet, we have interesting, you know.
He's a nice man. He's a nice man.
Yeah.
He's a big man, nice man.
Yeah, yes.
Well, look to your
small man, no. In my small corner.
Your party was in the news. Well, is in the news.
Hey, my party is a big statement too. Don't mind Solo. Solo was making mischief the last time. My party is so big. You know, the last election I contested as an independent candidate.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still
an independent-minded
person.
It was because
until further notice.
Until further notice.
Because Solo said it last time that
Oh no, you know me and Solo, we always pull each other's legs.
We understand.
Why not?
We understand.
Me and Solo, we all came from the same family, Igbo as well. But for one reason or the other, it's part of the building process. I think ultimately we'll come back as a big family one day. It's just like the teeth and the tongue. Obviously, these things happen.
But let me put it on record that I left the family as far back as 2010.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that point has to be made.
Okay.
So I wasn't part of the.
In fact, Igbo was not treated well because if you look at the circumstances, I went through the same thing.
Yeah,
but good people. The truth of the matter is that in this country, if you stand for the truth, you won't have it easy.
True.
You get all manners of forces fighting you. But that is to show that every struggle comes with certain consequences. Anything that you do and the road is smooth, it will lead you nowhere. But when you start a struggle and the road is very rough, be emboldened and know that the future ahead is good. So ultimately, you see where the party has degenerated into. And unfortunately, we have to be talking about peace pacts today.
Yes.
Or the great elephant family. It shouldn't even happen. And you see, sometimes people shy away from speaking the truth. I was happy about listening to our former president when he made a bold statement that no single individual is bigger than the party. Is that Nana Akufo-Addo?
But the man himself was bigger than the party.
Is that Nana Akufo-Addo? They have forgotten the processes leading to Comrade Japon's removal, Kwesi Krab, and Paul Afoko. They have forgotten. You see, it's a testament that power is indeed transient. When you get power, treat the next person nearby very cautiously because tomorrow it may not be in your hands. So to me, my duty this morning, as usual, is to say it as it is because we need a strong opposition party to keep the NDC in checks. And ultimately what is happening within the NPP now, they are fighting among themselves.
Is
and
that
the
not
party divided against them cannot stand.
Is that not the reason why they have
the
to...
NDC.
Is that not the reason why they had to sign the peace pact? Does it not, in a way contribute to a proper solution to the problems they're having?
The peace pacts, you ask the rationale for a peace pact as a security analyst and a peace builder. How will an institution like the NPP, with all the structures that we have, degenerate into this level? It means that they have to bring these able men who are looking to lead in the country to agree on a common issue, to sign something binding all of them. Ebo, how many times had the NPP signed peace pact? Where did it lead to? Nothing. It's of no consequences. I think that what the party ought to do is show leadership, make sure that the elections are credible, free and fair. But when you have party executives, former executives, who are preaching peace and campaigning from different candidates, it doesn't augur that thing we are talking about. So NPP is a strong and big institution that we shouldn't get to the level that we are. I say we shouldn't advisedly because that is my parent family. So, I'm not apparently happy the way things have gone. If you look, listen to the various speeches, all those speeches were quite indicting. You cannot absorb any single individual who spoke at the event of the scenes and the current happenings in the party.
So, former President Akufo-Addo, Joseph Osei-Wusu, Freeman Pare,
the minority leader.
They
are to blame for all that is happening. Yes. The truth be told. The truth be told. The NPP is looking very pathetic and doesn't look as if the party is
It's not the first time the NPP has signed a peace pact. The first time for 8 primaries, of course, but Baumia has signed a peace pact with Mr. Mahama before, and the whole idea was that we should get peaceful elections and then ensure that we support or we accept the result of the elections. This should not be a big problem, should it be?
But you see, unfortunately, if you like, paradoxically, the problem of the party was in the meeting.
It was in the meeting?
Yes, the problem of the party is a person, and he was in the meeting.
Who is the problem of the party?
Akufo-Addo.
He's the problem of the party.
All the problems the party is going through. Check the time before he becoming the leader of the party and after. You see the difference between Kufuor era and Akufo-Addo's era, when he became the leader of the party, consistently, the party has been having problems. I mean, with the Ima cited example of Kobne Japan, Paul Afoko, and the rest, and the way he took absolutely the party became rule of man instead of rule of law. I mean, you realize that it's like he was bigger than the party. He became more or less like the constitution of the party. And so all the mess that we are seeing today, he was actually the cause.
I see.
And so I was surprised that they even allowed him to speak.
They should not have allowed him to speak. He's a former president.
I'm coming. You see, you're talking about peace. Akufo-Addo is not a man of peace. You need Kufuor, rather, who is a man of peace.
Oh.
To speak, to bring the people together. But the man who caused the problem is there talking about peace? No, he couldn't have been the
Maybe
solution.
do what I say, not what I do.
No, but you see, leadership is not just about what you say. It's about what you do. And he did a lot of things to bring the party where, it is now. So it's quite unfortunate. And I have said it. You see, what NPP is going through is not because of the internal problems.
No.
It's because of what they did in the past 8 years under Akufo-Addo.
It's not because of the internal problems in the party.
Yes. No, I'm talking about these internal problems in the party.
Yes.
Yeah. It's because of what they did. That's why the party has become a ramshackle party. You see, this morning I was on TV3 and I quoted a Bible. I gave a Bible quotation. I'm giving it here too. If you read the book of Isaiah chapter 57 verse 20 to 21, it says by the wicked. It says by the wicked.
But he's not wearing a white shirt, so we can't.
I'm not wearing a white shirt. That is why I didn't wear white shirt, because today I knew I was going to be quoting
The Bible.
Yeah. He said, but the wicked are like the troubled sea when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. Mire means garbage. There is no peace, says my God, for the wicked. The wicked will seek peace, but they will not find peace. Peace and wickedness cannot coexist. Now, in the 2020 elections, 8 people were shot dead. 8 people died. They lost their lives. So Ronaldo became president on the blood of those 8 people. What did he do? What did his party and the government do about it? Nothing. And when the chairman of the police council then, Dr. Bawumia, was asked about it, he fumbled throughout. He couldn't give any tangible answer, any reasonable answer to that question. And is that wickedness? Yes, it is wickedness. And if it is wickedness, then according to Isaiah 57, 20 to 21,
then they should not have peace.
say yes, you don't have peace. Look at what happened to the so-called banking sector cleanup. Out of jealousy, hatred, and envy, certain individuals were targeted and their banks were collapsed. That led to massive unemployment.
Job losses.
People who had started their lives, some of them, even their wives were pregnant. They had to restart life all over. Some suffered, some even died as a result of that. Don't you think that is wickedness? And if that wickedness, it is your record, then according to this Bible, you shouldn't have peace. Talk about the DDEP, the haircut, number of people who died as a result of DDEP, people who had legitimately made their money. That after 60 years, I can't be strong enough to be working again. Therefore, let me make savings for my future. They made their savings. You looted the coffers of the country, mismanaged the economy. After that, those who had legitimately made their money, you dipped your hand into their money to solve a problem you created. You used 97 million to dig a hole, and you didn't do things properly. The people got to a point. People couldn't even buy medicine to live on. So people had to die.
And these are old people.
Old people. They had to picket at the finance ministry.
The former Chief Justice was amongst the people.
Is this not wickedness? If it is wickedness, which I believe it is, then according to Isaiah 57, the wicked person should never know peace. And so the things, look at unprecedented corruption levels we had in this country. Look at the corruption cases that have come up, and the fact that even the chief himself, the chief architect of all those things himself, has run away. We are still struggling to bring him back to the country.
Are you referring to Kenneth Ofori-Atta?
Yeah, Kenneth Ofori-Atta. So what I'm saying is that
That is your friend.
Kenneth is my friend. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him.
You quote the Bible like you.
I quote my Bible with good intentions. And I don't wear white to quote Bibles. So the point I'm making is that you see, there's a bigger picture.
Right.
And so when I hear them say that, oh, let's come together so to win 2028, I ask myself, are they really serious about it? They think the problem they have is just coming together, forgetting the things, the pain, the agony, the pain they've put people through in this country. Businesses that collapse because of poor economic management or mismanagement of the economy. You've done all this. And listen to Afenyo Makin. He said opposition is painful and lonely. 1 year in opposition, painful and lonely.
He said friends no longer pick their cause.
And friends don't pick one. It's a problem to you.
When you use not to pick
Juxtapose that one. I'm coming. Juxtapose that one with DDEP victims.
You cannot compare.
Yes, juxtapose that with the owners of the banks who got their banks, who had their banks collapsed, and the workers who became unemployed.
Especially
juxtapose that with you being opposition. Just 1 year, complain that opposition is lonely.
And painful.
People have become lonely. They've become widowed and widowers because of DDEP, because of
their own money.
Yes, their own money, because of what your government did to them. And you are thinking of coming back to power again in 2028. Are we serious as a nation that you can come to power, do whatever you like, destroy things, and like the John 10:10, like the John 10:10 I've been quoting. Let me give you another quotation. John 10:10. John 10:10.
It's not Akufo-Addo is coming 2028.
It's a different person.
No. It's the same political party. But it says it's coming on the record of the Akufo-Addo. It's the same party. I'm coming. Now, let me land on the point I was making.
Okay.
You don't want me to quote the John 10:10. The John 10:10 says the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, and that is exactly what NPP did in the last year. But so that is that.
Look, 1 minute. Let me just
respond to that.
You see, Ebo, you elogize Kufuor, and we all agree that the abysmal performance of NPP in the last election probably had nothing to do with the presidential candidate, but the records of Nana Akufo-Addo.
You might disagree with you.
I'm coming. Let me make.
But the candidate was in charge of the economy. Are you going to run away from that?
See, we can go over this argument. Who was driving?
Yes, he was in charge of the economy.
But they won't let him make his point.
Never in charge.
He was in charge, bro. He himself has said it.
No,
the president gave me. He said the president asked me to be in charge of the economy, and I was in charge of, and I'm proud of my record.
Did you listen to Osafo? Did you listen to Osafo Mafo?
And Osafo Mafo
confirmed that this man was not in charge.
He was leading this economic management team we're talking about.
Okay,
rather
on paper. And by the constitution,
yes,
is the vice president. No, wait. You have interjecting.
I'm shocked you have mentioned Osafo Mafo. You didn't allow me on record to have said at the time Ghana economy, because we were under IMF were doing fairly well. Osafo Mafo, instead of attributing that one to the team, singled out Bawumia, and he said we are where we are because of Bawumia. As the head of economic management, he's the secretary, he's the chairman. Why are you running away? Somebody was in charge.
Ebo is not being fair to me.
When
you were talking and I tried to, you said no. But I just took the mic and you have taken it and finished the thing for me.
Look, finish.
What I want to put on record is that, look, a future NPP presidential candidate cannot campaign under the records of Nana Akufo-Addo and win elections.
It is not possible.
It's not possible.
Okay.
So whose record?
So if NPP is minded and they really want Ghana to buy the brand, they must move away from the Nana Akufo-Addo.
Fresh slate, tabula rasa.
Yes. You see, when Kufuor left government, everybody was talking about the good things of the NPP. Market women, businesses, everybody was saying microfinance and banks were chasing us for loans. Is that not it? Even look at the dollar, the cedi disparity at the time. Can we say that under the regime of Nana Akufo-Addo? So if Nana Akufo-Addo is saying that no single individual is bigger than the party, he has sent a clear message that since the party and the good people of this country did not buy his 8 years regime by voting the NPP out, then we cannot campaign under his records.
But
it's simple as ABC.
But the record wasn't enough for this record alone.
No,
it's
and look,
Akufo-Addo Bawumia record.
Let him finish.
I want to plead with any future presidential candidate, the 5 gentlemen who are putting themselves up, any of them could emerge. If they want to win power in Ghana, what the party needs is rebranding, moving away from the Nana Akufo-Addo era. We cannot campaign under any records under Nana Akufo-Addo. Okay. There's not even a single one. And secondly, the party must come to one realization. You see, party is a process. You groom young people to come and take over from those in charge.
Yes.
Look at NPP today. Whom did they groom? They groom nobody. You still see old men and women even walking with sticks.
Oh, but the
leadership, take decisions.
The leadership of the party are fairly young men and women.
When you talk about the leadership of the party,
JFK is a young man.
I'm coming.
Organizers.
How was those leadership procured? Was it free and fair? No. Nikaniboneza, Nana Akufo-Addo decided who became what. And you saw how elections went under NPP. Some people were even more powerful as ministers than even the vice president. What they wanted is what happened. And I will always refer to my instant case, how I was disqualified. And I meant nothing. I was there like a piece of paper after all the investment and sacrifices I've done for the party. When I went independent, I proved a point to the party. Look how, and Afenyo Maki is proud to refer to the 87 members of parliament that mighty. How mighty are you? What consequential things can you do in parliament? Whether you are there or not there, whatever the parliament wants to do, they will do it. And if you look at press releases that are even coming from parliament, parliament itself is divided. If you look at the minority, those who support Bawumia are there, Ken and whatever.
Out of the
so that
87.
unity is not there.
Okay.
So we need a complete overhaul and rebranding.
So that unity is not there. Is that not what is necessitating this peace pact? From where you said, do you think it will make any impact whatsoever?
The peace pact is never going to make impact. Previous ones never did, and this one is not going to do. I think that what the party should have done long ago was to see how they can get these 5 gentlemen to commit to clean campaign.
Is that not what
a campaign of ideas? But 10 days to elections is it not too late? What effect is it going to make? And if you look at the last few weeks, what we heard from Brian Champon, Ken, and then Baumia's camp, it was not good for the party. They were simply washing their dirty linens in public and arming the opposition parties. So when anyone emerges, how are you consciously going to what? Unite. So unity and the NPP now to me is an illusion. And what they did yesterday, they should have done that about 2-3 months ago. But and bring a code of conduct.
They started with a thank you tour
to
unite the party. That did not work.
Yes. So that thank you tour, how was it even done? How was that? Is where most of the problems came from, and the utterances of the speakers or the communicators of the aspirants. It's nothing to write home about. They just incite people because you want to be presidential candidate. So after becoming the presidential candidate, and what is next? What is next? So the party slept over the unity thing. You don't wait 10 days to elections. You come and do this media frenzy thing. You see, they say that if your mother is there, you pretend your mother is not there. When the carcass starts smelling, you will hear. So there are more troubles within the party. And I think that Nana Akufo-Addo is not the right person to lead in this process at all. For nothing at all. given the harm Nana Akufo-Addo and the family has done to the party and this country, he should stay out of the affairs of the NPP. He himself mentioned that no single individual is bigger than the party. If you listen to his speech, he was eulogizing his late father and things. Who is proud of the father's legacy? The father did certain things that were not happy. He came and made it worse. And I think that Nana Akufo-Addo has not got any moral right to preach anything to any party faithful within the party, because the mess was caused by him. Look at the way he even brought his ministers. He brought his boys around him. People who matter in NPP were thrown to the gutters. Look at the way they are treating Professor Frimpong Boateng, a very distinguished surgeon like Frimpong Boateng. Small boys can mount platform and insult him. Go to Germany and mention Dr. Frimpong, Professor Frimpong Boateng's name. They eulogize him. The first heart surgeon, is that not it?
A black person to
yes.
do a heart transplant.
And we are not proud of a man like this. And young men like my type, when this man was making like we're not even born, because we have access to mic, we can just wake up and talk anyhow to them. Look at the Nana Akufo-Addo's government. All the people who mattered and carried the cloud within the NPP, like Kufuor's time, they all went to sleep. They all went to sleep.
The sad story of Community
Japan. Meanwhile, 2020 elections, you call this man to come and help you. You tour with this man. After you won power in 2020, what did you do to Community Japan? No, look, you trust Nana Akufo-Addo at your own peril. That guy, I'll call him that guy because he has not distinguished himself as a president and as a former president. And look, my future matters most to me because of Nana Akufo-Addo. I should not be afraid to speak the truth and put my future and that of my peers, my children and my grandchildren into Do you know if the system worked well and the NPP, what could happen to any of us? Yeah. So the truth be told, I came today very prepared, and I came not to mind any words, and I'm prepared to face any disciplinary actions anywhere, or even court actions. Nana Akufo-Addo has not helped this his party, the NPP, my party, the NPP. That is my parent party. I joined the party as a child. That's why I'm so angered. Look, I saw Chinchinga in Sabuba. You asked to finance NPP. I did Kalabule smuggling fuel to Togo to finance NPP. When it was so unpalatable in the northern region to be NPP, 1992 thereabout, Rawlings regime, in the whole 5 northern regions, we had only one pickup, Alaji COP's time. You understand? Some of us were able to raise resources and bring those pickups to campaign for the party in Sabuba. Go to Sabuba and ask who brought Obiase here to Sabuba. Is Emmanuel Cotin here? But if upon these sacrifices, I sacrifice my youth at the peril of my life for this party, and the single decision of one individual can override this, what do I stand to lose?
Do you also think that this is just a piece of paper that they signed yesterday?
But peace is not obtained through signing of papers. Peace is a matter of heart. Just like wickedness is also a matter of heart. I think that it is too late. I mean, this should have been done long ago. I mean, what they did was just for the optics.
Exactly.
I mean, they were pretending to do something to represent something.
I see.
Yes. You see, look at the history. 2008, when Nana took over the party, and he lost to Atamos after the second round, they touched the constitution of the party to favor Nana Akufo-Addo. So Nana Akufo-Addo subsequently took over the party as his property. That's when they introduced a special superdelegate system and expanded the electoral college and all that. They did that to favor him, and that gave him that that power to take over the party entirely. The same playbook is being used right now. After 2024, you have lost elections. you lost election chiefly because of how you mismanage the economy, how you engage in unprecedented corruption, Galamsey, the seat of government is becoming a hub, Galamsey hub. All these things, all these factors contributed to the loss, you losing the elections. Then you now want to attribute to something else, and as a result of which you have to touch the constitution again. This time the constitution has been touched to favor Dr. Bawumia. How on earth would the same delegates of a political party vote in two different elections when there has not been any election at the lower levels of the party? Because a political party, as we would normally say, elections are lost or won at the polling stations.
Yes.
Now, so in the last election, you lost, you didn't perform. Some of the polling stations, you even had 5 polling station executives, yet you got 0. That should be a matter of concern to you. So what do? You go down to the polling station and begin to reorganize the party. So those who didn't work, the people, the members of the party themselves will vote them out because they didn't see him work. They didn't see them working. So they will vote them out. Then there will be a change. Then from there you come to the constituency level. The constituency executives who were not seen to be working or who were seen to be lazy and always chasing after money will be voted out.
So you wanted a bottom-up approach.
Yes, so you'll be building the party, so you prepare the vehicle for the journey before you look for a driver. You don't look for a driver and now go and look for a vehicle. So now, what is going to happen is that whoever wins, that person is likely to have his people occupying the positions from the polling station to the national level, which will divide the party heavily.
I see.
So I don't know, you see, we have something we say, and I don't know if God wants you to fall, he removes your brain or something like that. It looks as if the brain of the party is gone. So now they are doing things like, as if they are not thinking. You see, sometimes greed can make you do things that as if you are mentally, not correct. Because look at, why can you do this? A political party wanting to win power, just 1 year after losing power, the most important thing for you to do is to get a presidential candidate. To sit home and do what? When you have not organized the party itself, because it will take a longer time to get the party properly organized and structured.
When they get a leader of the party now, then that leader has enough time to bring all other members together. Because they did not do it at first, that's why, how come the party was divided? Maybe that's their thinking.
No, if you do the right thing, you can even use 2 months to win an election. If you do the wrong thing, you can use 4 years.
Based on how far the party is divided, that's why they want to get enough time to bring everybody together, get one vehicle, same agenda, prosecute agenda 2028.
So now, there are people who are contesting now. Some of the contestants, they know this election is rigged already.
No, it is.
Oh, it is rigged already.
In favor of who?
Bawumia. I've told you, those who voted.
But who is rigging it?
Who is rigging it? But those who took the decision to do this presidential election without first changing the album. Because you have to change the album. There has to be a change from the bottom. There should be a bottom up.
The NC members, the NEC members, the executives of the NPP, they are the ones who want to rig the elections.
No, it's been rigged. But I can also argument support Bawumia. It's a known fact. It's not a hidden thing. Oseche Mensah support Bawumia. Akufo-Addo himself support Bawumia, pretending as if he's not supporting Bawumia because of his baggage. He doesn't want Bawumia to be associated with. So now they want to play tricks on us that as if he's not supporting Bawumia, he's still supporting Bawumia. All those who matter in the party, those who have hijacked the party, support Bawumia.
Other polls put Kennedy Japan in lead that he will win. So if Ken wins, does it mean that it's been rigged for him or he won on merit?
Listen to me. Kennedy Japan is trying very hard. I appreciate his effort. But if you are a political watcher and if you understand the game, and I have been in this party before, I know how the game is played. See, that omission that took place yesterday was deliberate. It wasn't an oversight. Ken was...
Joseph says that it was an error.
It was never an error. Ken was a very meticulous person. I mean, that is how businessmen don't just sign documents. So he was very meticulous about it. So he detected it. It would have been a very big mistake on his part, but he saw it. It was never an oversight. It was intentional. And so everything is being done, to favor one candidate. I mean, let's not play the ostrich, or let's not pretend, unless you don't understand the game. And I'm saying, yes, as for polls, there are polls by Omi is leading, there are polls, so there could be polls all over. But I think Ken himself, if you talk to him, he'll tell you he's going to win. Of course, if you're going to contest election and you say, I'm going to lose, then why are you contesting? So, but the point is that if you look at the circumstances surrounding the whole elections, the fact that now they've touched the constitution again when they were not supposed to have done that. Clearly, someone is being
do you also think so that the election has been rigged already, or the entire machinery is in favor of Dr. Bawumia, the former vice president?
Well, once I don't have any evidence,
you want to stay away from? Okay.
I think that the electoral challenges came from how they went about it, the current form.
Okay.
If you're a party and you come from a defeat, such as how NPP suffered a defeat, an incumbent government, you do retrospection, see what went wrong, and correct it.
That meeting was held at the Alisa Hotel. They all gathered there.
Yes.
And that's when the General Secretary addressed the thank you to changes in the Constitution, amongst others.
So all those things were the optics for the cameras.
Okay.
After that fine, beautiful meeting at Alisa, what happened? The thank you talk degenerated into something else. Any fine thing that was said at that office was another thing. And like my good brother Ibu said, every organization that builds from top down is bound to fail. It's just like building a house. How do you construct the roof before you come and do the foundation? I've never seen this kind of planning anywhere. And that is a problem NPP brought upon itself. And if care is not taken, it's even going to get worse. Especially if one of the candidates emerges and the others refuse to support the candidate, is going to be very messy. And these are the
others cannot refuse to support because they have signed the agreement that makes them that tells them that whoever wins should be supported by all of them.
Look, the constitution of this country supersedes any other thing. That's why in my initial statement I asked, how many pacts haven't we signed? Even when you made reference to Bawumia and John Mahama Peace Pact, it was just for the optics and to weather and calm the nerves of electorates. You understand? So now, if a candidate emerges, how are you then going to conduct elections to elect polling station executives, constituency executives, regional executives, and national executives? So you have a presidential candidate who was never elected by the new officers in office.
Okay.
How are you going to work with them? How are you going to coordinate with them?
That makes sense, bro.
We jumped the gun. In fact, look, I'm at pain. Look, NPP is a party of the elites.
No more.
But under Nana Akufo-Addo, they threw the party into the gutters. And nothing seems to work within the party. And if care is not taken, it's even going to get worse. But having said that, I think that if members of the party will listen to wisdom, let cool heads prevail, forget about personalities, forget about greed. You see former appointees all glamoring over a particular candidate. In their mind's eye, they know the candidate is the obvious choice and can win. So everybody is positioning he or herself for appointment. That's the sad reality of our politics. And appointments are no longer based on capacity. It's about loyalty. And that is so unfortunate.
Probably appointment in 20 years' time.
You see? No, look, Ebo.
No, the appointment not after 2028.
Look, Ebo, let me just cite this example for you. When His Excellency John Mahama lost the 2016 elections, everybody wrote John Mahama off. He himself have confessed that it was the most loneliest moment for him. His phone never rang. He asked himself whether his phone even had problems. You see, Christmas, he said he had to escape to the Crown Forest because the gifts were one too many. Gifts he has never received in opposition. But John Mahama is the president today.
No, the situations are different.
Listen.
The circumstances are different.
Look, yes.
Yeah, the contexts are different.
The circumstances could be different. Today, NPP can do the right things and become attractive, and the Ghanaian people can buy the NPP again. Don't let us be carried away. There's a saying. Yes, there's a saying that.
To do the right thing in opposition.
Of course. There's a saying that when your friend's beer, like my own, is on fire, you fetch water near yours.
Abian's own.
Abian's.
No, you don't even fetch water. You dip it in water.
You see, you dip it in water. Look, NDC could face even more challenging problems than the NPP is facing.
NPP will not be the alternative.
Well, I know UP, obviously, you'll be contesting. Definitely, you want to taste power. And I'll be happy if your party wins. At least I can walk to your office without needing to make any call or things like that.
I sincerely ask you this question.
Yes.
Answer me this question.
Yes, I will answer you, Bo.
Given what NPP did 8 years, Ghanaians gave them a power to govern this country.
Yes.
Given their record.
Yes.
Do you think that in the most unlikely event, I will never wish that any government fails? Because the consequences of a failing government
is on the citizens.
It's on the citizens.
And
yes.
it's always there. Do you think NPP is the alternative?
Let me tell you.
Or do you think NPP should be the alternative?
I mentioned it here, and I'll repeat it. If any of the 5 emerges as the winner and can do away with the rhetorics of campaigning under the Nana Akufo-Addo's record and rebrand the party, I tell you, Ghanaians will give that presidential candidate an opportunity. Look, the Ghanaian voter is quite sophisticated. You understand?
This can only be a dream.
It cannot be a dream.
2028, you think MPP, any of the 5, can win to become president of Ghana?
If MPP cannot even win 2028, and they can improve upon the gains of 2024, it is a good starting point.
I see 2 things here. That
it's a good starting point.
If either of them wants to win the elections,
then
it will be based on, number 1, their performance or how they campaign. Number 2 is how abysmally the NDC performs.
Exactly.
Because if President Mahama is
he's
going
not
the
contesting
same way,
again.
If President Mahama is going the same way, I really don't think, regardless how much together they come, how much unity they come, I don't think it is possible.
It's too early. I hear people saying that. Listen,
they are still fresh in our mind.
I hear people saying that 1 year there have not been any corruption under John Mahama's government. Look, let's hasten slowly.
True.
The Auditor General's report hasn't come. On what basis? You understand? Let them audit 2025. All the government agencies and things. That is when we can begin to assess whether indeed there were infractions or otherwise.
Our monies were
but
used
beyond
properly.
that, and if you look at on the face of the value, if you did lifestyle audit, you will even see that certain things are not right. So I tell myself that as a country, we are not prepared to fight corruption. If we are prepared to fight corruption, simple life audit would have settled most of these things. Because if I was living a particular way, I come to government or all of a sudden I'm living another way, there should be a revenue source, my tax obligation to the state.
Yes.
Is that not true? Those things are things you can easily trace. But as a country, we are not interested. So, Ebo, don't let us be under the illusion that NPP cannot win 2028 election. Anything is possible in this country. It's an election of contest. It's about the contest of ideas.
That is not possible.
It's your opinion. This is my opinion.
Be measured in your expectations.
So you should also be measured in your wild imagination. Because look,
on what basis?
Look,
would elections
in
2028?
Elections is about the contest of ideas. At the moment, nobody has emerged. You don't know the manifesto the person has to put to the people of this country. And Ebo,
although it is early, it is very early yet.
It's early.
If it's not the NPP, who else?
Look, if John Mahama can come 2016 and win election in 2024,
then it should be possible.
It is possible.
Yes.
He says what?
If John Mahama can come under that heavy defeat in 2016 and be president again 2024, everything is possible.
So, Ebo, it is early though. 2028 is very far away.
Yeah.
But briefly, if you think it is not the NPP, who do you think can give the NDC a run for their money? We have to go back on track and talk about the peace pact though, but who do you think so?
You see, the NPP's record, their performance, the pain they left in the bodies of people in Ghana, the pain, they are still fresh. The Kens issue is still fresh in our mind.
So who is the alternative?
I'm coming.
It's coming.
No.
You see, But why am I sitting here?
Let him make his point.
Why am I sitting here? I'm laying the foundation. You are saying that there should be foundation.
It's okay. Stay on course and lay your foundation. Build your house.
All the five people MPP contesting. Alan Chamanten is better than all of them. Are you aware? Or do you accept the fact that?
I'm not aware.
Or do you accept it? Alan is better than all of them.
On what basis?
I mean, in terms of delivery, in terms of competence, character, credibility, in terms of track record.
Unless we look at we have to assess all the candidates by their strengths and weaknesses.
You are saying.
I don't know about that one.
You don't know about that one.
No.
Okay, then I'm telling you that.
So your answer is that the UP. Okay, fair enough.
UP is the best alternative to NDC.
Let's go back on track. Ima, you are from the security background.
Yes.
Yesterday, the IGP spoke at the event. Not less than 70 police people at every voting center for the NPP primaries. From where you sit, what are based on what has happened so far, what is currently happening within the party, what are the security threats that the NPP faces going into the elections on the 31st of January?
You see, I indeed want to commend the IGP. It was a very, very difficult meeting for him to attend.
Why was it?
Given what happened and the NPP, he was overlooked for Dampari. And here's the case, was face to face with the president who overlooked him, and he was to be in charge of the person providing security for his party's presidential primaries. It was a very difficult and ugly situation to witness if you look at the atmosphere at Alisa Hotel. But indeed, I want to slightly disagree with him with the 70 police personnel at every polling station.
Too much or too small?
Too much.
Oh, I see.
How many polling stations do 200 and something, right?
Yes.
225 or so. So if you multiply that by 70, that's about 15,000 plus police personnel. What is the current strength of our police personnel in this country? So you see, crime is quite sophisticated. When you give operational information like that, criminals will know that on the day, many of our police personnel will be providing this kind of security and may not be interested in other things. So it kind of leads to the gaps. Another statement he made was about macho men, that he didn't want to see macho men at the polling stations. Oh, how? If I'm a macho man and I'm a delegate, I shouldn't come there. Who is a macho man?
So he says para security. He does not want to see any para security there.
Excellent. I will come to the strength. I'm just building a point. So I think that the police, he correctly asserted, are powerful than any paramilitary organization.
True.
So-called. That I agreed. But macho men in quote is kind of stereotyping. Many of us go to the gym today. If you look at our body, you may misconstrue us to be langas and things like that. It's a lifestyle.
You look
it's
like...
a lifestyle. You agree with me, Ebo? If you look at the Western world, it's only here many of us don't take our physical exercises serious. As a young person, I think that you have to exercise, walk or go to the gym at least 3 times a week. So these problems have always been with us. And the aspirants kind of elope him into this trap by sending him alleged machinations to disrupt the processes or whatever. What I know about the IGP is that he's a big submarine. When I say big submarine, man of few words, he delivers. Just tell them, well, we are ready. You come there with your troubles, you get your response. You don't disclose your operational numbers, one, your targets.
In elections, kind of we are used to the police telling us how many police personnel they are deploying at the various centers. I mean, it's just erring on the side of caution, so you deter people who may want to come and fester trouble.
Visibility is good.
Yes.
Preemption is good.
Yes.
But operational wise and the strict security stuff is not right. You ask any security.
It says that at least 70. Maybe there are some 30 more that he's not even mentioning.
Let me tell you something. The NPP presidential primary is going to pass off very peacefully. You know why?
You think so?
You know why?
Tell me.
Opposition is not a good place to be. And nobody is prepared to risk his or her life because someone wants to be a presidential candidate. I'm telling you, most often than not, they will tell me, it's when the government is in power, they do those things to catch favors. It's only in Ghana, surprisingly, when you go into opposition, you become a poor person. If you call anybody for help and I say, look, I'm not in power, I don't have anything. So what is there? What is there? We need to know. So the problem is that I know IGP with his operational capacity, he has done it in the by-elections. Akotia self, we were all talking. He delivered Akotia beautifully. If you look at a crime rate in the country, it has gone down. Even during the Christmas season, you see that we never witnessed any incidences of crime as it has happened in the past. One thing I will urge the IGP to do is that he should start publishing crime statistics so that Ghanaians will begin to appreciate what he's doing. In the absence of crime statistics, making analysis become very difficult. And in circumstances like that, you have to then look at the operational architecture overall. And sometimes if you base your analysis on that, you can get everything very wrong. So I think he's doing a good job. The political presidential aspirants should be minded and let their supporters. And their supporters should even know that, look, these people we are all following, after the 31st, one will emerge the winner. The rest may even went to sleep. You call them, they may not even pick your calls anymore. So we have to be minded that we will discharge our civil responsibility, make sure that the election is free and fair. If you are not supposed to be at the police station, don't go there. If you go there and you brew problems, you'll be arrested and dealt with as an individual. You'll be in the cells alone. No? If you are not lucky, no one will even bring you water or food. So we have to get this education right. And the Electoral Commission, I know they are poised to do the right things. I'm just praying that the national executives, they should stay off these elections, play their neutrality, even though I know many of the national executives are campaigning seriously for particular candidates.
Oh, you know that? Who are they campaigning for?
Well, I don't need to mention that here.
No, but we want to know.
No, I don't need to mention that here. You can find out. You have journalists on the ground. You even have such information better than we do. more often than not, when we come here, we come to analyze what you put before us. And I think you are better placed to have this information than me. So we all want to rebuild, have a new starting point. And having a good starting point is having a free, fair election so that whoever emerges, the rest will accept and rally behind. And we have a credible opposition party that can keep NDC in checks, that can bring alternatives to the good people of Ghana, rebrand, and carry the youth of this country who have so much hope in the NPP along.
Ebo, you are a politician. You know these happenings. Based on where the NPP stands at the moment, what risk in terms of security does the party face going into the elections that has warranted the need for the IGP to talk and all the other leading members of the party to talk about peace and then accept the result of the elections?
Okay, I think if you look at the history, anytime MPP had this kind of elections, one way or the other, there were, some brutalities recorded. People were beaten, people were maimed and all that. So the party itself, I would say, I think they know themselves more than any other person. That is why they've gone to seek IGP's support. They know what they are capable of doing. And we even heard that they wanted to use the party security. Initially, that was the idea, was to use the party security to police the ballot. But it looks as if Ken and co were not happy about it, so they protested. And that protestation led to them having to go to the IGP to seek for his help. I think I agree with Ima that there's the 70 at the polling station is, I think, it's an overkill.
I see.
It's an overkill. I know what they are capable of doing, but 70 police people, let the police people do proper policing. Let's do things that will really benefit the country. If a political party decide to kill themselves, if they won't reason and they decide to kill themselves,
They are citizens, Ebo.
if they don't know reason and they would want to kill themselves. No, but you see,
they'll not go out wanting to kill themselves. Circumstances will.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the 70 is too much. You see, let the police people do the policing that will benefit all of us, not a particular political party in a day. But as I said, I can only, because I don't have a dog in that fight, I can only, stand afar. I cannot wish them well.
You are all opposition parties.
You see that
in the unlikely event that you want to campaign against, you can even have merges.
You have alliances.
That this issue. Last time you said something like that. Then you are repeating it in a way that why should opposition party fight opposition party? NDC is our competitor. NPP is our competitor. So I have two main competitors ahead of me. One came to destroy, one is building. You want me to attack the one that is building and leave out the one who came to destroy. So I have to strategically know where to hate.
But this is your statement.
I need to know where to hate.
Your statement is suspect. So one is building and one destroyed.
One destroyed and one is building. So
that is suspect too. This statement is suspect.
It's clear. It says that NPP destroyed. NDC is building.
So why should I attack the one that is building and leave the one that came to destroy?
But the one who destroyed is not in power again.
No, but you see, it's also a competitor. If I can edge him out.
It's Nana Akufo-Addo running for elections.
And he's not running for election.
Yes.
So what are you talking about?
So he came to destroy. We have retired him.
He links Akufo-Addo to NPP. It's the same party.
We're talking about political parties, and we are talking about. If you are talking about personalities, then that's what I'm saying. That if it's about personalities, Alan Chairman is better than all the five that are contest in your party.
if it's about personalities,
you and Solomon, you always want to put that tag. Yes, I accept it. In my party, I accept it now. In my party, I know that the headlines will go out. Yes, in my party.
Listeners have concluded already because it looks as if the NPP in you is not able to run away. It comes and
you
goes.
See, I say it as it is. Look at the way address the former president today.
Yeah, oh, that's
indeed, he's the problem
He said
of
that
the
guy.
party.
No, but
and truth to be said, and look at how even Ken is embarrassing his family, friends, in ISIS detention prison.
Yeah.
In that prison suit, fighting extradition.
Yeah.
What have you done wrong? And you are running away from Ghana. It's so pathetic. And these are some of the things NPP as a party should have even come out with a statement.
Yeah,
to let the good people of this country know that, look, indeed, the actions and inactions of the former finance minister is bringing the image of the party.
They are
to
all
this
beneficiaries
extent.
of that.
And then disassociate himself from
they
his
are all
action.
beneficiaries of that, because if you listen to Operanza, he said the money that was used to run the election, some came from Ken. Where did Ken get the money? They looted the country to support their party.
He's a businessman, so.
Oh, but he looted the
Ken
money.
had a bank before he became
I mean, he's
finance.
Ken also
He had a bank before he
Ken also had corrupt past.
The same way Coting
No way.
is a big man, is a rich man before he becomes a member of
No,
Yeah,
I'm
Ken-
not a rich man.
Ken also had
I'm not.
questionable.
I'm just a young
Ken
man
also had
who is
questionable,
doing my best and
questionable
coming
past
out.
in respect of the
Look, don't let people
Obutan
refuse
issue.
to give me help. Oh. I'm a needy young man. I need a lot of help.
Emma, do you remember the Obutan investment?
Investment, yes.
How Ken Ufurata swindled
Yeah.
Smith? And that case should have been the reason why the parliament shouldn't have, if you like, cleared him to be,
So
to be.
that
to be
is why
finance
the
minister.
last time, if you recall, I said NDC was to be blamed for part of Ghanaians' problem in as far as Ken Ofori
Yes,
is
you
concerned.
mentioned it.
They had every opportunity
to stop it.
Even the e-levy, it was a secret ballot. Why walk away?
I mean, they were
If
able
they
to
had
do
voted, e-levy wouldn't have come on now.
No.
So NDC is
You can
complicit.
never blame NDC.
NDC is complicit.
No. Somebody
NDC is complicit.
somebody had decided.
You had the power to stop it.
No.
No, you had the power.
You don't want to blame the one who brought
we
it.
had- look,
you are blaming the one who said
Ghanaians,
who would have.
Ghanaian
I
gave
would
us
have
a
stopped
fine
it.
opportunity.
I don't get your argument.
No, listen. Listen.
NPP,
This time you must listen to me too.
NPP brought Ken.
I don't want Zato
They
and
knew.
Epstein
No,
here
they
today.
knew. They
Also
knew Ken.
listen to me.
They knew Ken had questionable past.
Also
Yet
listen to
they
me.
brought him.
It's
They
not-
backed him. They supported him to become finance minister. Then you are blaming the one you said it could have stopped him. Then that in terms of numbers.
Excuse me.
In terms of numbers, who
Wait.
was the majority and who was the minority?
Wait. From 2017, NDC had MPP had overwhelming majority to do whatever
Yes,
they wanted.
they did. Before the 2020.
2020, Ghanaians gave us a fine opportunity by giving us a hang parliament.
was him.
I'm coming. Let me learn. When you were talking, I didn't interject.
He interjected.
Gave us a hang parliament. That is just 1+1.
Yes.
You remember some MPs revolted against Ken. You recall?
Yes, it happened.
What happened to
Led
those
by
MPs?
Andy
They
Apiaku.
schemed, they all lost their seats. Now, you have an opportunity, this man was coming. We're all crying that the 4 years weren't that good as far as Ken is concerned. At the vetting, what happened? If the vetting committee had voted on him, he wouldn't have passed. Or if it has come to the
Plenary.
the plenary, some MPP members would have voted against it.
It's an
But what
assumption.
the NDC do?
What you are saying is an assumption.
No, what the NDC
No,
do?
what you are saying is an assumption.
Okay,
We're only assuming.
let's
But
leave Ken Ofori here.
No, we won't leave him. We won't leave him. We'll still talk
E-levy.
about him.
Look at the processes. Hang parliament, just +or-1. I know many MPP MPs who are not happy about the e-levy.
But they were stripped. in
Wait,
time.
their constituents had signaled to them that if they go and pass it, there will be consequences at the ballot
Yes.
box. Now, all the available processes were that this thing will go to the plenary for a secret ballot. All of a sudden, NDC staged a walkout and gave MPP the room to do a
So
and pass the
they
e-levy
staged.
and
I
give the
remember
KK party.
they staged
So
a walkout.
NDC
They-
cannot
no.
absorb itself
At that
on
moment-
these two
Ima,
things.
this will not
Ken
work.
Ofori's
Ima,
problem,
listen.
NDC is part
Ima,
of
this will not
it.
work.
The e-levy, they are part of it.
MPP even smuggled an imposter into our parliament. MPP. They smuggled an imposter, an impersonator into our parliament.
And NDC allowed that.
Ebo Adwoa Safo says she was.
No.
And NDC and NDC allowed that.
Was that she wasn't the one.
And NDC allowed that.
Her first statement is what we will take. Her first statement was that she was not the one. It was later that she came to explain and justify.
She said,
but obviously she was not the one.
If you listen to
obviously
the
she was
thinking
not the
Emmanuel
one.
Koting is communicating, is that NPP had an agenda. NDC, you had what it takes. You had what it took
To prevent that
it.
agenda.
But you did not do
No,
it.
how?
So what are they doing?
Listen, how?
What are they doing?
But they had the numbers.
No, they didn't. Hang parliament
Plus one is the number.
Look, if they wanted
A
to
simple majority vote.
Look, the NDC at the time.
Didn't they bring the man, the MP who was even dying? He was on a sick bed. Was he not brought to parliament?
Ebo.
These people are prepared to do anything to pass it.
Ebo.
Imposter came to parliament, and even a dead man, somebody who was almost about dying, was also brought to parliament.
Ebo, you know, between me and you, I know you. No, don't do Jandam here, I beg you.
And also Jandam. It's not Jandam.
Listen.
This MP from Western Region.
If you look at parliamentary proceedings, the minority at the time had every right to request for a secret ballot. Why didn't they go through that process? And we know that NPP used the numbers.
You remember the minority
plus one.
They fought.
They work out.
No, they fought against.
They didn't. Look, if you had those
they
videos,
fought against.
If you had those
they
videos,
fought against.
No, they didn't. If you had those videos, let your producer bring them. In the morning when they walked in, they just waved that they should go out. They should go out. Look, there are things we don't want to talk.
No.
Please. For the e-levy.
As someone,
e-levy, NDC didn't help Ghanaians.
But NPP helped Ghanaians. But NPP helped Ghanaians.
No, they didn't help as well. Ken Oforiatta passed to NDC could have stopped that mess. Why did the Honorable Foreign Affairs Minister, Honorable Ofijato, say that he was no longer part of the
I have personally blamed Parliament for giving Oforiatta the green light, including NDC.
No Parliament. The minority.
No, Parliament.
The minority at the time.
Parliament. Look, the majority brought him.
No.
But you don't want to blame the one who brought him.
It doesn't matter if I'm bringing something that is not good.
You know it's
and
not
you
good.
have the power to stop it.
And you are not blaming me for not stopping you for bringing the wrong thing.
You are a judge.
Ima?
No, Ebo, you are a judge. They bring you before me before you. Like the brought Jesus before Pontius Pilate. Yeah. And you decide not to do the needful. Are you not complicit in that crime?
No. You took a decision, whether cabinet decision or whatever individual decision, to bring e-levy.
If cabinet decision was final, they won't bring it to parliament.
And I think you haven't brought it, You are saying that me, because I didn't oppose it, I should be blamed. But the one that you brought it, you shouldn't be blamed.
Look,
what kind of argument is it, my brother?
Governance is a process.
So
this thing was conceived went through cabinet, like you mentioned.
Let me ask you. NPP thing.
Let me ask you.
So the Forata is NPP thing. Let's move on.
No,
gentlemen.
Let me ask you. 1 minute. Is it all bills from cabinet that passed through in parliament?
So this is what happened with the e-levy thing. The NPP at the time had a very slim majority.
Yes.
So the NDC could not have stopped it. That's why they walked out. Because even if they had voted, the NDC still had their majority. Remember?
That's one.
Yes.
So NPP members were prepaed to vote against.
No.
They said it.
You're only assuming.
This fifth system. Do you remember the 20 MPs that went against Ken Oforiatta, led by Apia Kubi? They said, and I still have those videos, that if the e-levy was put into voting, it wouldn't have gone through.
And the whole conversation,
and it was part of the reason NPP lost the next election.
We're only assuming.
And the whole conversation was the bit about allowing the presiding speaker to vote. It even went to court. So we know all about the e-levy thing.
We know what they did to push it down our throat.
Let's stay on track. We have just a few minutes to go. Ebo, so this is not your fight. This is not your fight. You don't have a dog in that fight. You don't have a horse in that race too. It is a battle of the NPP. Going forward, what should they see? What should they be seen doing? I mean, you are an interested party, you're a stakeholder. You want a credible opposition to fight with you to unseat the current government. Of course, if that is what you want, unless maybe...
No, is that to a credible opposition to fight with me?
Yes, I mean...
Together...
So
you are in opposition. You want to be in government. Yeah. They're in opposition. They want to be in government.
So we are not fighting. We are fighting our individual fights.
We are not fighting alongside each
together.
other.
Yeah.
So you are not fighting NDC to unseat them?
No, I said what I said.
We are fighting
NDC. Why should I partner? No. You want me to partner with a group that I described, John 1010 group?
What would be your advice to the NPP after the signing of the Peace Pact and all of what is happening going into 31st December? They have just about like 8 days, barely a week.
I don't think the party has apologized to Ghanaians enough.
They need to do that before they have their primaries?
They need to do it. You see, I don't know who is advising them. Because
this is a party, this is the primaries of the party itself.
They seem to assume that they are in this situation because of just the internal problems. It goes beyond that. I've said it, that their performance under Akufo-Addo government in the 8 years, I mean, has put the party in a very bad shape. And it will take more than unity for them to be able to have a party that they used to have. I think they can't fall on President Kufuor's record. That would be too far to go. Neither can they fall on Akufo-Addo's record, which is very abysmal. And so I really wonder if they don't think they would have to apologize to Ghanaians. They should have press conference with all of them. Akufo-Addo himself, he should bow his head in shame.
That's something they need to do before they vote on 31st.
Yes, they need to because if you really want to carry Ghanaians along, and people can easily forgive, even though some will not forgive.
Okay.
You can get one or two people. So they should have press conference to apologize to Ghanaians for the kind of pain.
I mean, a few of them have done that. A few of them have apologized for the hardship they brought on Ghanaians.
Individual apologies and all that. But as a political party that formed the government, they would have to face Ghanaians. I think instead of using their time to do some of the useless press conferences they've been having, they should do a press conference, maybe two major press conferences.
Which one is useless?
Useless press conference.
Ima, I'll come to you for a final
one. The one a PAJ addressed, and the one that as for a J or so.
Those were in Parliament.
If you don't agree,
those were in Parliament.
I'm saying
that minority positions.
Useless. So
I can classify your comments as useless.
No, Ima,
let him
finish.
The
constitution we are using.
Ebo, talk to us.
Say what I want to
free
say.
Speech,
Talk to us.
So allow me.
We
don't have a lot of time.
Wrap
up for me.
Yeah. So I'm saying that they can do two major press conferences. One will be to ask Ken Ofori-Atta to come home because he is destroying the image of the party. Now the party's image is in tatters.
Okay. And two is what?
To have a press conference to apologize to Ghanaians, unqualified apology to Ghanaians as to how they made Ghanaians suffer.
They should do that before the elections.
They should do that.
How will that help for peace, unity, and stability within the party?
Oh, now, you see, I've told you what is important. More important is not the unity in the party. What is important for them is how they will be able to carry Ghanaians along.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what should be their the preoccupation of what they are going to do.
Emmanuel, let me come to you. Your final words for the NPP ahead of the elections. Maybe from the security
small screen unity.
I think
that Peace Pact.
The managers of these elections should make sure they play by the game.
Okay.
Free, fair, so that whoever emerges, the others can accept defeat with all humility and rally behind the candidate. And I think that whoever emerges, like Ibu said, that person will be better placed to render a very unqualified apology to the country on behalf of the party so that we can start afresh. The former president admonished us yesterday that no single individual is bigger than the party. So whoever emerges as the leader of the party after 31st must ensure that they distance itself as a party from the activities of individuals who were given opportunity to be in government under the party, so that their troubles don't have a rippling effect on the image of the party.
Okay.
And it's not only Ken Oforiatta who is facing corruption-related allegations. There are a whole lot. And another thing they need to do is to bring the old folks, especially those people who sat on the fringes because of the happenings under the past.
They started the amnesty program. A few of them have.
No, the
indicated
amnesty
their
program, they
willingness to
didn't go
back.
far enough. And the letter was not even properly worded. The conditions they were given, they didn't go far enough. When you are given an amnesty, there shouldn't be conditions.
Okay.
The conditions that were attached to that letter to me, it didn't send the right messages.
Okay.
And I think that all is not lost yet. Sometimes God is very, 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 very gracious. Before something can become great, it has to break down completely to the bottom.
Before it rebuilds.
Before it rebuilds.
Thank you.
So to me, it's an opportunity for the party to rebuild, unite as a common voice, and give Ghanaians the alternatives they are yearning for. And that alternative is definitely not UP+. It is the NPP.
Finally, Iman's confession has come.
Oh, but I mean, he has been saying it. He keeps saying it, but when we tell him to, he says that.
But unfortunately for him, he will be in opposition for a long.
Oh, why are you doing that to your own brother?
Time will tell.
Why are you doing that to
You
your
will
brother?
A long time.
Time will tell.
Unfortunately, he's in the wrong party. You know.
Time will tell.
You might remember that we didn't say something. It was only him who said that to be in opposition. So when you are in government, remember.
Long time.
I mean, I'm just.
Even when NPP comes to power, they will enjoy most.
I'm just putting this information out there. You said the party should apologize. The NPP has apologized. So, Justin Frimpong Kodia, he issued a formal apology on behalf of the party.
It's not enough.
And then Dr. Baumia has also apologized.
No.
So
We
the
need.
the
You see,
apology
they
has
should be in
happened.
sackcloth. When they should be in ashes. They should have ashes on them
We
and
hear you.
sackcloth
We
to
hear you.
apologize.
I hear you. But gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. That's our package for you this morning. Unfortunately, Hamza Suhini could not join us. He had to go to court, unfortunately. But Emmanuel Kote is the Executive Director of the African Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. Solomon Owusu is Director of Communications of the United Party. He also could not join us. But of course, we were joined